Kombaru. Hold on. I need to make some adjustments to the volume really quick. There we go. Okay, how's everyone doing? Welcome. So, last we left off, we were just starting the beginning of Phase 2, which I looked up some information on the internet, and now I know that there's a total of 3 phases in this game. 3 phases in this game. So we're starting the second. So we're about a third of the way through the game, I think. Though I have a feeling the beginning part probably ended up taking us longer than the rest of it's going to, just because I did max everyone's level out and get the strongest equipment that's available. So I have a feeling the rest of the game is not going to take quite as long, but that's the position we're in right now. I think I finally caught on our latest lesson. These new kanji are difficult. Sorry about that, but there's no avoiding it. I need to teach you as much as possible, even if it gets difficult. Don't worry about it, Hana-sensei. I'm on top of it. It's tough, that's for sure, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. What about everyone else? Yeah, no trouble. It beats school at any rate. Elliot's right. Somehow, I find it much easier to learn here than in school. Hello! Was it Julio? Was that how your name is pronounced? I think it's been a while since you've been here. Welcome back. I don't know. I think school was way easier. Well, as long as you're learning, I'm doing my job right. We have another lesson to get into, so come talk to me when you're ready. Yeah, okay. If you say so. Oh, it looks... Did the seasons change? That's neat. Let's grab more money. Money. Now, let's use that money to buy some more items. From this I have never hated an NPC quite like I hate this woman. This woman and how she prices her items. I hate her. I genuinely hate her. I don't think I've ever hated an NPC in a game the way I hate this woman. This woman right here, I hate so much. Dang, Hana doing her job and not even getting paid. Wait, that's not much of a downgrade. I mean, that is kind of what the life of a teacher, isn't it? From what I hear. From my understanding, that's pretty much what being a teacher is. Candy. And... okay. Okay. No more money for me, no more money for me. Okay. Save. All right. How has your day been so far? Do you want to continue lessons or would you like to review an old lesson? Continue, please. Let's go. Okay. I kind of know a few of these. Finally, we're getting into stuff that I really don't have much knowledge about, which is good. This is what I need. Kuni or koku, country. Looks like a torii gate, a famous Japanese icon on a flag. Kinda. Kuni or koku? Kuni is pretty easy to remember. I hear the word kuni a lot. Koku might throw me a bit.
Sono.
Yes, like Hulu, but add EO instead of the last U. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure I was pronouncing it right. I know there's a lot of languages where the letter J is pronounced like that, so I assumed that's how your name was pronounced, I just wasn't sure. Park or garden? Sono or in? No, not kuchi. Kuni. Like ni no kuni or hoseki no kuni. The shape of N contains the kanji for earth or soil. You can imagine a fence surrounding lots of soil in the garden. I mean, yeah, it does have that up there, I guess, but it also has all this. So where do you make sense of this, huh? Huh? Sono. Okay, I'll try to remember. What does this mean? No, I've seen this one before, but I forget what it means. Meadow, plain origin. Hara or gen. The shape of looks like a cliff overlooking a meadow or field. Hara or gen. Hara or gen, and it means meadow, plain, or origin. Okay. Okay. Field or wild? No or ya? No, ya. No, ya. The shape of contains the kanji for rice field. Imagine rice growing in the wild field. Does it technically have the kanji for rice field, though? Because technically, if it did have the kanji for rice field, wouldn't it, like, you do it, and then it would close off? The line wouldn't extend down, and then you would add more to it. I don't think. So, whatever. Coochie of the luster. I hate you. You are a monster.
Tani.
Tani or koku. It means valley. In fact, the gems distinctly aren't supposed to have genitals, from my understanding. Since they don't even know what boobies are. The shape of valley looks like a house surrounded by a valley. Vaguely. It also looks like a really goofy face. Tani or koku. Here comes the next kanji. Adorable as always. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. Ground. Chi or G. The shape of looks like a person using a plow on the ground. If you say so. I don't fully agree. Continue. Let's see how much of this I can remember. Now that the lesson is over, I have to quiz you. I do hope you've been paying attention. Here we go. What is the English meaning of valley? Correct. Well done. What is the onyomi sound? Okay. What is the kunyomi of? It's not kuni. Sono. Correct. What is the English meaning of? It's ground. What is the correct kanji for the meaning meadow? Was it this one? I think it's this one. Yes. What is the correct kanji for the meaning country? Congratulations, you've completed the quiz. Hooray, I survived. You know, I've been thinking, ever since we met Masakuni at the Obake world, the Obake appearing around here have been less frequent. You're right, we haven't had any invaders for some time. I have to admit, I've been letting my guard down. Usually when we say stuff like this, monsters come out and attack us. Maybe we should keep the monster discussion on the down low. Good call. They should attack any minute now. No sign of them. Huh, weird. You actually seem disappointed. Well, you know, seems like it's the first time I've been wrong about monsters or bosses appearing. Well, there's always tomorrow. Yeah, thanks, Ray. We're back. Oh, Hana and Priya. How'd it go? No luck. Amane is nowhere to be found. We've searched as far as we can. I guess she took off for good. I can't find any of her belongings either. Well, I don't blame her. If she really was working with Masakuni, she must have predicted we'd figure her out. Still, I can't help but think she was caught up in this unwillingly. We don't know that for sure. Sometimes people can surprise you, I suppose. Anyway, Hana-sensei, do you want to tell them the other piece of news? Hello, what's this about? Kuchi? Nothing. We have no reason to discuss Kuchi. Oh yes, thanks, Priya. We found a cave just on the outskirts of town. Normally, I'd wonder how we missed such an interesting place. Like, literally, I have no idea why he brought up the word Kuchi. I don't think I said anything that sounded like it. I said kuni, but that doesn't sound... Anyway, okay. Well, let me guess. Now you don't think it's weird that such a place could just appear out of nowhere. That's right, the cave was most definitely... The cave has most definitely come from the Obake world. Great! You think it's safe to explore, or are we just inviting more danger? Our theory is that if we don't clear out the Obake living there, they'll invade our town sooner or later. So you want to get the upper hand, right? Well, I'm in. Chippins and I are itching to kick butt. That's the idea anyway. Are you all with us? I'm in. We won't solve anything just sitting here. Let's get it done. I'm looking forward to flexing my intellect. I don't know what Ray's talking about, but I'm in the mood to kick some baddies. Then it's settled to the cave. Give us more money. Give us more money. I always need more money. That woman charges so much for her items, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, these seasons are definitely a new thing, because they even load in after the map has already loaded. Okay, so what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway. So the Obake Cavern, that's where we're heading to next. Okay, who's in our party? 35, 35, 35, 31. Jesus, Holly. Holly, sweetie, what happened? I must have been neglecting her. Okay. I guess Elliot, you get out of here. We need to level up Holly. I'm here to bring the cursed energy. My job here is going fine so far. Baloo screams at his cat for money live on stream. I mean, I should. Little fuckers don't even pay rent. I should scream at them for money. Was late due to robot tactical warfare playing 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I don't know whatever that is, but it sounds cool. That sounds like a cool name. So I'm assuming it's cool. The challenge begins. Locate the exit. Speaking of which, one of the cats is meowing now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Probably not. I've noticed that sound canceling seems to do a pretty good job of canceling out anything that isn't my voice. At least most of the time. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. I actually did I did read up a little bit about this game, hence how I figured out that there's 3 phases. Let's see.
Yeah.
There we go. And fuck, I forget what this one was. Because it's been a while since we played. But I was reading up about this game, and because of reading up about this game... Oh, right! I think this is... Huyu? Aki? I don't think it's Aki. Is it Haru? Let's try Haru. I was wrong! So I was reading up about this game. Okay, let's try Aki. It might be Aki. Okay, it was Aki. So I was reading up about this game. And not only did I learn about the phases, but I also learned what exactly all of the stats do in this game. Because since enemies die in one hit, I was unsure of what all of the statuses are. But I found out that speed is speed. Speed does exactly what you assume it does. Like, they're not even subtle about the Homura parallels. That's a Vanillaware game with straight Homura. I'll have to look into it. Although, I don't know, making Homura straight would probably make her less appealing to me personally. But, I mean, I'll still look into it because I'm sure it's probably a good game anyway. But, I found out speed is speed. And then power and soul. This is physical attack and physical defense. And this is magical attack and magical defense. It doesn't affect magic attacks at all anyway, because there are no magic attacks. And then this doesn't affect physical attacks anyway, because we don't have any physical attacks. So these are essentially just 2 different defenses, except when we fail, like when we pick the wrong answer, then this actually determines how much damage we do to ourselves in like a state of confusion. We're not just doing a set amount of damage to ourselves. It's actually based on our physical defense. So this is a number that we want to beef up in order to protect ourselves, but it can also backfire on us if we make the wrong decisions. Which is probably the only genuinely good design choice this game has made, because it encourages you to actually think and make the correct choice, since the whole point of this game is to force you to learn kanji. It would have been nice if they could have found a way to actually work magic attack into the game somehow, but aside from that, so that explains some things. Although maybe magic attack affects how much we can heal for. Maybe that's why I'm able to heal so much. I don't know. Because that would at least mean that magic attack is doing something. So it's better to spoil as little as possible about the game. Most Japanese games are pretty story based, so that's pretty par for the course to want to try to avoid spoiling things. Who you? Yes. And then Anashi? Yeah. Yeah. What's in you? Kodachi. Well, we've already got everyone the best equipment they can possibly have, so I'll probably just end up selling that, which is fine, because I'll need the money anyway. Hello, Anthony. How are you? I mean, you're a Pokemon fan, so you already lose on weird mechanics. The only weird mechanic in Pokemon was in Gen 1. Well, okay. Gen 1 special was both magic attack and defense, which was stupid in that game. That works okay here, but it's stupid in Pokemon. Sono or N? And then the only other stupid mechanic that was in Pokemon hasn't been a thing since Generation 4. When they finally split physical and special from type. Because it used to be that they were tied to the elemental types, which didn't make any sense, because then you would have like a normal attack like Hyper Beam, and it would be considered a physical attack because normal elements were considered physical, but it's Hyper Beam. You're literally shooting a beam of light, so it didn't make any sense. And so that stopped being a thing too. All of the weird mechanics in Pokemon are the result of technical limitations from the fact that the game started as an 8-bit series, and most of them are gone now. Pull the lever. You pulled the lever. Perhaps a new path is opened. I'm waiting on stuff to download on my PC so my connection can be more stable. I can still see you, though, through my phone. That's good. I guess I forget you can watch these streams on your phone. I don't watch a lot. I mean, I'll watch YouTube videos on my phone, but I've never, like, watched anyone stream on my phone. I'm assuming there were probably some spikes here and that I just got rid of them. Basically Psychic was OP. Yeah, that was the other problem in Pokemon, especially in Gen 1. Because, like, even the one element that was supposed to be strong against Psychic, there was, I think if I remember correctly, it's like there was only two Ghost type moves, and one of them was glitched so that it didn't affect Psychic type Pokemon at all, and then the other one just wasn't that strong of an attack. So even then, there just wasn't really any defense against Psychic types. Thankfully, they fixed that. As the franchise has gone on, yeah, that was wrong. As the franchise has gone on, Psychic types have lost a lot of their stranglehold and are no longer nearly as overpowered. Which one was this? Was it this one?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
How far are you on the Animumu language lesson? Was actually discussing this earlier. We are apparently 1/3 of the way through the game in terms of like the lessons, but I'm assuming that we're not going to be spending as much time in the second and third parts of the games as we did in the first, just because I did get my characters the best equipment and like level them up as much as possible. So we're probably not going to have as much to do in the second and third parts of the game. Okay, little brother, this is where I must say goodnight. Pan gotta go sleep now. Later, hugs. Good night, Kage. Have a wonderful sleep. Haru. Hooray.
No.
And I think this one. Yes. Haha. Got a rice orb. Some might call it a rice ball, but it's not the same. Let's see, what's up this way? Pretty sure I've seen this dungeon on an FF game. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure all of the sprites in this game are just assets that are freely available, and most of those are just trying to ape like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, so that's not at all a surprise.
Chi.
Okay. E. And Hara again. Koe for voice. Some might call it a jelly donut. Those people are nostalgic. I will admit, I do find it funny to call them jelly donuts, but I wish we could leave localization choices like that in the past. I would like for us to move on. Koto I Kota Ki Un Kumo. It's not, I don't think it's that, because Kumo is cloud. Then Yuki is snow. So is it this one?
Mo.
No, I was a fool. Stab.
Go.
Nope. Okay. Ni sono hara no ani chi. No, it's not any of those ones. We just learned those ones, and this is not one of the ones that we just learned. Is it kota? Okay. For some reason, I assumed kota would look different than that. Since I'm pretty sure it's the same kota that means to answer. And I don't know why the word answer would have the bamboo radicals in it, but whatever. Okay, let's go this way. What's in that box? Kayun charm? Items. Weapon. Increases money earned in battle? I might hold on to that just so that we can try to get more money later. How did I, a non-Pokemon fan, get that reference first? I mean, that's something that's been referenced a lot. Like, most people know about the jelly donut incident. Reuse ASS sets. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any sexy assets in this game.
Boom.
God, you reminded me that Sasuke's daughter's name is Salad. I hate it here. Okay, see, maybe it's just because I grew up with DBZ, but I am not bothered by anime characters having incredibly stupid names. Like, I grew up with like all of the Saiyans being named after vegetables. There's a character in Tokyo Mew Mew who is literally named Lettuce, like the English word lettuce. Her name is Lettuce. So I'm immune. Like when people, I was like, Naruto's name is Naruto. Like, he's named after a piece of, I think it's fish cake that they put in ramen. Like, they're already naming people after food in that show. It's not that weird for her to be named Salad.
In.
Characters in Naruto already had stupid names.
In.
That's just how shonen anime works. Burger King Foot. That's her full name. Burger King Foot is her family name. You thought his name was Uchiha Sasuke? No, it's Burger King Foot Sasuke. And then her name is Burger King Foot Lettuce. I decided to rename his daughter Lettuce because I forgot who we were talking about. Okay, which way do I go now? I don't know where this game wants me to go. Oh, this is new. I found a hole. That's not the worst part. The worst part is Sarada, where I live, is female for buff person. Mmm. Muscular salads. I can hear something coming toward us. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Boss fight. Doo-dee-doo.
ち
And Aki. I learned so many things from our streams. For instance, I now know how to say buff person in Brazil. You are this one?
国
Wait. I just noticed that it has the English definition up here. That would have helped so many times when I could remember the English definition but couldn't remember what the Japanese pronunciation for it is. How did I not notice that until just now? I feel real stupid. Oh well. I guess if I ever replay this game, that'll make it a little bit easier for me to memorize shit. Okay, so... Park or garden?
そうです
In. Haru.
春
I was wondering, I thought you knew. You have to forgive me. I'm not the most observant person. There's a reason I'm taking ADHD medication now. A lot of things that should be really obvious are not very obvious to me. Guess there wasn't anything to learn here after all. Still, it wasn't a waste of time if we prevented the Obake from growing stronger. That's true. Shall we head back for today? Yes, let's do that. Okay. Party. Change. Priya. With Elliot. Holly, you're gonna stay in here for a while, because for some reason, I guess I just wasn't leveling you up for a while. Give me money. No, shut up. Don't talk to him. Give me money. Give me money. Okay. Now let's sell everything except for... Yeah, that's the only one we don't want to sell, just because it can help us get money in the future. So we're going to hold on to that. Actually, real quick, I want to see what are the stats on that for what's his name. They're terrible. So yeah, we're only going to equip that when we absolutely need to. Can't sell any key items. First aid kit. Candy. Ironic that the punch girl is the weakest in the party. To be fair, that's my fault, though. That, I mean, they didn't take her out of the party for a while, did they? No, they specifically did that with Hana. Hana was the one who they took out of the party for a little bit. So why was I just, like, neglecting poor Holly? Save. Okay, so we haven't gotten any new buildings yet, I don't think. Are your studies coming along? What can I help you with? No, we're not going to add you to the party. Yeah. It looks like we still have 2 more buildings that are going to get added, which makes sense since we have 2 more party members that are going to join us. So, how's your day been so far? Do you want to continue your lesson, or would you like to review an old lesson? Let's continue our lessons. Ready to proceed with the next lesson. Let's go. Lesson 18. I know some of these. I know that one. I know that one. I know that one. And I know that one. I think I know what one of... I think I know a meaning that is one of these 2, but I can't remember which one it is. Baloo, envious of Holly's drip, confirmed. I already said she's one of the ones that I think is the most fashionable. Karada, which means body, or tai or te. It's a person's body hunched over and holding a walking stick. That's not how I think of it. I remember it because this is the person radical, and then this is book, which if you remove that line is tree. So it's like person's body lying on a tree. Karada. Can't wait for lesson 20. The backwards letter J? Which one are you talking about? Atama, Kashira, To, or Zu? Atama means head. That is the word for head. And not head like that, you dirty bastards. Head as in just the body part. Jesus Christ. Head, you can imagine the shape of as 2 aliens with big heads. I suppose I could. I suppose if I hated myself, I could keep this image in my brain. I'd prefer not to. Tama, Kashira, To, or Zu. Here comes the next kanji.
Kao.
Kao or gan. Face or expression. I didn't even think of that, outing yourself live. Okay. But most of the people in chat are as dirty-minded as I am. You have to admit that. Stop bringing these fuckers in here. I hate them. They're so creepy. Why? Did you pay someone? Like, this has to just be like clip art that they were able to use for free, because I have no other idea why they would put these in there. They're so off-putting. Okay. You can imagine the shape of face as an alien with a sad expression because he has only 3 hairs on his head. What are you talking about? How or gan? Okay.
Ke.
Hair or fur? Ke or mo? The shape of hair or fur looks a bit like a hairbrush. It sure does. Or a comb. That's one that we actually agree on, game. You didn't even have to bring a god-awful alien into the thing.
Kubi.
Neck, kubi, or shu. Written with 9 strokes. Okay, this I approve. This I approve of. I like this. Shape of neck looks like a giraffe's face. We all know giraffes are famous for their necks. Kubi or shu? That leaf on top reminds me of Super Paper Mario. I can see that. That or Pikmin. I think Pikmin was what I was thinking of. It's everyone's favorite Japanese word, kokoro, or shin. It means heart or mind. You can imagine the shape of kokoro as a heart. Or if you've ever looked up the history of the kanji kokoro, some of the much, much, much earlier ways of writing kokoro, the kanji, looks a lot more like a certain other body part that I think all of us in chat are a pretty big fan of. If you look it up on your own time, I'm not going to risk looking it up on stream or on YouTube for fear that I might get ha 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 baka. Ha 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 baka. Bringing that fucking shit post video in here. Onyx. What am I going to do with you? Okay, so anyway. And you are kawaii. My kokoro goes doki doki. Kokoro or shin. Okay, so y'all should look up the history of the kanji kokoro and see what the earlier versions of it look like, because it looks a lot more like a completely different body part. My kokoro is brokero. You now know 6 more kanji along with their English meanings and their pronunciations. Well done. Now that the lesson is over, I have to quiz you. I do hope you've been paying attention. Here you go. That video is gold. It is funny. I'm not saying it's not. I wonder how many other people in chat know what the heck we're talking about, though. Oh, that's what Anthony meant by backwards J. Is it? Was Anthony talking about kokoro? Kokoro? What is the English meaning of? That one is head. What is the onyomi of? Is it mo? Okay. That was a good guess on me. What is the kunyomi Japanese reading of? Kokoro. What is the English meaning of? Body. What is the correct kanji for the meaning? Neck. What is the correct kanji for the meaning? Face. Congratulations on completing the quiz. You're well on your way to mastering kanji. I doubt Bayonetta shitpost is very popular. I don't know. Didn't you say that the one video they did was actually really popular on Twitter for a while? the Kirby one, the one where they modded Kirby into Bayonetta. I'd fail this class Baloo is taking. To be fair, all of the kanji that's shown up in this game, I have tried learning in the past. So I have a little bit of a head start memorizing these because I've seen all of them. I just haven't really done a good job of memorizing all of them like I should. Okay, body, body, body.
Hey.
And country.
Koku.
And summer. I mean, yeah, but you can see why it took off. It's not exclusively Bayonetta. I guess that's true. So I don't know. I do feel like Bayonetta is probably more popular with the gays than Kirby is.
Kuni.
If I'm gonna be honest. Ow. That sounded painful. Thankfully, it wasn't actually as painful as it sounded, but it sounded very painful. Winter. Okay. Party. Change. Elliot. Frederick, you can come back here. It will never not be hilarious to me how the people just keep walking around this town even while the supposed horror terrors are walking around. They're just like, yeah, sure. This is fine. Our town is only being overrun by monsters. It's fine.
Kotai.
We'll be okay.
To.
See, she hit that one with a giant brush. We're all okay. We're doing fine. It's not even a little bit weird that some of us are getting eaten by giant words. Okay. Aki is autumn, right? Yes. Okay, good. And field or wild? That one.
Ya.
Yay. Heart or mind is kokoro. Hooray! Boogaloo. Oh, wait. Someone poisoned? Yeah, Frederick's poisoned. Hana. Hana, fix it. Fix it, Hana. While you're at it, heal yourself. Here, listen, ask.
Mon.
I guess in feudal Japan, words eat you. No, apparently this is like some kind of Lovecraftian horror shit. Apparently this didn't happen in feudal Japan until we showed up.
Mou.
Body. That much I do know because Akihiko is from Persona 3. Ah, that makes sense. That's a brush? I thought it was a mop. No, this is supposed to be like one of those giant calligraphy brushes. One of her early pieces of equipment is a mop, but the thing that she's actually drawn holding is one of those like really big calligraphy brushes, and I'm pretty sure that's what her ultimate equipment is called, or at least one of her pieces of equipment is named after that. Kuni.
Kuni.
Like Hoseki no Kuni. I've been seeing that kanji a lot because I've been trying to read Hoseki no Kuni and not doing a very good job of it.
Ke.
Ouch. Hibi.
Shu.
Okay, which one? This one's head, this one's face. Okay, so. Atama.
Atama.
And. Cowl.
Kao.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the story. I can't completely blame you. It's a silly story.
Shin.
It's one of those justifications over all else type of things. No. Yeah, that's what it is. Haha. This is getting difficult. Phase 2, Chapter 3. Just Phase 2, Chapter 3. And then we're right back to where we were before. Okay. We didn't get any weapons or armor, did we? No. Okay. So, buy. Duck feathers. Okay. Okay, bye. Do our pets have any more money for us? Yes, they do. Not a Silius Spy X Family? I don't know. I feel like it's different in the case of Spy X Family since it's a comedy. A little more justified for its story to be silly. So. I do need to watch Spy X Family. But before I do that, I need to finish watching your boy Kong Ming. Because I only watched a few episodes of that, but I really liked what I saw. It made me laugh a lot. And it was really cute. And the music was good. So. Here's our first kanji of the day.
Ta.
Ta, ku, or shoku. To eat food. Looks like some chopsticks and a bowl of food. With a giant mountain trying to eat it. Or a giant mouth trying to eat it. Like a Pac-Man. Okay. That works. I have not watched that anime. YouTube keeps trying to bully me into watching stuff about it, but IDK. It's pretty fun. I'm assuming you're talking about your boy Kong Ming.
米
If you're talking about Spy X Family, it seems fun. I haven't watched it yet, though. Kome Bei Mai. Rice. Looks like the leaves of a rice plant. Kome. Bei or Mai. Here comes the next kanji.
麦
Wheat or barley. Mugi or baku. You can imagine the shape of several strands of wheat neatly arranged. Mugi or baku. Here comes the next kanji. Meat. Niku.
肉
Niku, which means meat. Bet you guys can't figure out why I know that one. Kong Ming sounds like a Tekken character. It is a Chinese name, so I believe there's a lot of Chinese characters in Tekken, I think. So that would check out. But Kong Ming specifically is actually a real-life historical figure from China. It's like 2 steaks arranged on a platter, or it kind of looks like a cartoony drawing of abs. Because I'm a degenerate. Niku means meat. Here comes the next kanji. And yes, the word for meat is used as part of the Japanese word for muscles, which is kinniku. And I know this one, it's fish.
魚
Sakana, which means fish. Sakana, wo, or gyo. Sakana wo gyo means fish. Here comes the next kanji. I forget which one this is.
茶
Apparently it can censor other languages, lol. YouTube knows what I'm talking about. I guess that makes sense. Cha or sa? Can imagine the shape of as tea plant growing in the ground. Tea, cha or sha? Cha or sa? It's your boy Skinny. God damn it. Congratulations, you've completed the lesson. What is the English meaning of eat or food? Onyomi. What is the kunyomi? Sakana. What is the English meaning of wheat or barley? What is the correct kanji for the meaning tea? Yes, the Japanese word for tea is cha. Or ocha. Typically they put an O at the beginning of it to make it more polite. But the O is not actually part of the word, technically. It's more like an honorific type thing. but you'll always hear it pronounced ocha. For the meaning rice. Congratulations on completing the quiz. You are well on your way to mastering kanji. I wish that was true. Townspeople are pretty restless today. There's some sort of nervous tension in the air. Chippins has been sensing it all day. What do you think is going on? Let me guess. Some new place has popped up on the horizon. Bingo, you should hear the folks talking about it. They swear it's a sign that the Obake are coming. Well, I don't blame them. With every new place that appears from the Obake world, more Obake come from it. So what is it this time? A casino? A hot spring? Oh, is it an airport? Somehow, I doubt the Obake have casinos and airports. Hot springs, on the other hand? But no. It's none of those things. It's another temple. Blah, boring. The Obake sure love their temples, don't they? They seem to. Well, you know the drill, everyone. We need to investigate. Yawn. That's tea in Portuguese? Oh, is it? That's an interesting coincidence. I don't know, maybe there's a connection? I don't know. Duck. Good eve, fine people. 'Tis I, the most humble friend Duck. A most dreadful mishap has cursed me this day, and I would seek your kind assistance. A valued possession of mine, a photo of a river, has gone missing from my person. Please proceed to the Obake Cavern and locate it for me post haste. Please bring back my photo of a river from the Obake Cavern as soon as you can. Okay. That's clearly more important than whatever's happening. Are there any other side quests on this Jesus, this continent's big. Okay, no, it doesn't look like there's any other side quests over here right now. So we'll go do that side quest, and then we'll go to the Obake Temple. Well, now I'm curious about the etymological origins of why the word for tea is the same in Portuguese as it is in Japanese. That's interesting.
Kuni.
Kuni.
Sono. Aki.
Oh, I forgot until just now that there's actually something that we need to talk about.
Sa.
Wrong one. There is something that we need to talk about involving something that I said that we might do at the end of yesterday's stream. I had said,
Ji.
that we might be getting all of the additional summons in Final Fantasy X. And upon doing some research,
Fuyu.
think we're not going to be able to do that. If we were playing
What?
what happened in yesterday's stream, Nothing bad. I know I probably sound like I'm about to be like drop some like horrible information on you guys or something, but it's not that. It's we had talked about possibly getting the other summons. And if we were playing the original version of the game, that would totally be something we could do. Because in order to get Anima, we do have to get like all the secret items in all of the Cloister of Trials. Well, it's too late now. You can't get Anima. Well, that's what I'm getting at. If we were playing the original version of the game, that was nothing bad. The final boss crashed on you. Okay, that was different. That was something that's unrelated. Okay. But in the original version of the game, you could go back to the Cloister of Trials later and get the items that you need for Anima. And technically, theoretically, on paper, you can still do that in the HD remaster as well. Unfortunately, in the HD remaster, at the point in the game that we're at, all of the Dark Aeons are currently on the map. And 2 of the Cloister of Trials that we would need to revisit are the locations where 2 of the Dark Aeons just chill. That's just where they hang out. And there's no way to get into those places without initiating a battle with the Dark Aeon. So, the only way that we would be able to get those items in order to get Anima is to beat those 2 Dark Aeons at the very least. And I've never tried fighting any of the Dark Aeons. So I was like, okay, let's look at what some online guides say. Maybe these 2 specifically will not be too hard for us to beat, and we can go ahead and get the items and we can go about our day. So I started reading up on how to beat Dark Valifor, because Dark Valifor is one of the ones that we would have to beat. And I start reading the guide on how to beat it, and they're like, okay, here's some preparation that you should do before you try taking on Dark Valifor. 1, max out the entire sphere grid for every character. 2, get all of the celestial weapons for all of the characters. And I'm just like, okay, we're not doing this. We're not gonna get Anima. As much as I would like to. Now I know for the future that if I ever want to get Anima on any future playthroughs of the game, I have to make sure to get the items the first time I go through the Cloister of Trials. Or at the very least get them before I go to Xanarkand, because apparently that's what triggers it. So literally what we did in the last stream. The entire last stream is what fucked us up. So unfortunately, that's probably not gonna happen. We're probably not gonna be able to get we're probably not gonna be able to get all that other stuff. And on a similar note, what the fuck are you? forget which one you are. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not know that they changed that in the HD remaster. I knew that in the original you could go back and get those items. I did not realize that in the HD remaster that two of the places that you would need to go back to in order to get Anima are now guarded by dark Aeons. If I had known that, I would have done that different. But it's a little late for that now, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not it. Trying to remember.
Back.
Nope. It's not that. It's not that. Not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Neck. Face. Head, body. Round valley. Guild. Spring, winter, autumn, summer. Which one is that? Is it Fuyu? I don't think it's... No, it's not Fuyu. Because this is on the top for Fuyu. What are you? Do you have healing magic at this point? No, you don't.
Get.
There we go. I forgot what summer looks like. There we go. Heal everyone. No one poisoned. No one poisoned. Good. And... so yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Anima. Photo of the river. And then I was checking, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we can't get Anima, but can we get the other summons? And so I started researching the Magus Sisters. And one of the requirements for getting the Magus Sisters is that you have to have both what's his name? Yojimbo and Anima before you can even try doing them. And I was like, well, what's the point if the only one we can get is Yojimbo? If the only one that we can get is Yojimbo, then there's not really much of a point in getting the optional summons. So... So I think we're not going to get the optional summons. Instead, I think we're just going to go gung-ho with the end of the game and finish that up. So I'm sorry for anyone that was wanting to watch us do that, but I just don't think it would be very entertaining to just watch me make my characters invincible to try to fight the two ultra hard bosses that are now standing in our way that really don't need to be there and weren't there in the original. And I'm kind of mad that they're there. Tada naosu choku jiki. Direct, honest. Here comes the next kanji.
D.
D. Reason or logic. You can imagine the shape of, as a person looking at a chalkboard. They use reason and logic to work out solutions to problems written on the board.
Sam.
Calculate or count. San. Imagine the shape of as a chalkboard with math problems written ready to calculate. Congratulations, you've completed this bonus mission. Blah 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 blah. Oh, of course you have to put us back here. Right now, let's go do that thing that we were supposed to do in the first place. Oh wait, money. And now let's go do the thing we were supposed to do. Oh, it's these people. This place. It's not built by human hands. No, it wasn't. What's your theory? Obake. I could have guessed that, but why is it here? I don't know. Right. Should we just keep traveling? We're close to that settlement of survivors, but I can't help but feel drawn to this place. Suppose I understand how you feel. You've been fighting Obake longer than anyone. It's natural you'd be curious. I didn't think you'd be so understanding, though. I guess you've been fighting for a long time, too. Yeah, but there wasn't much left to fight for after everyone else was taken from me. Anyway, shall we explore? Yes. Here we are. Place looks freaky. Sure we want to go in? Come on, Frederick. You know what we need to do. Yeah, okay, here we go. Counterpoint. Anima is the definition of raw, especially the overdrive move. Shave, we can't get her. Yeah, honestly, if it was just a matter of maxing out the sphere grid, I would honestly be willing to try it, because the HD remaster does thankfully have a lot of what's it called? The game boosters that you can use to like make certain parts of the game easier, like level grinding and shit. So that wouldn't be as difficult. It's the issue that like beating the Dark Aeons basically requires you to have the celestial weapons. And those require you to do some like really bullshit mini games that I cannot do for the life of me. If it weren't for that, I would be willing to actually try it. Just so that I could beat those two and get the other Aeons and all that stuff.
雪
But unfortunately, getting the celestial weapons requires doing a bunch of really, really, really bullshit mini games that I suck at, and everyone sucks at because they're very badly programmed and they're not fun, and you guys wouldn't have fun watching me do them, and so I'm not gonna do that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to just deal with not getting Anima, as much as I would love to get her. No. Hara. Hara again. Yes.
Shumi.
Nope. Okay. You're not Natsu. You're not Fuyu. You are... Aha! That's what you are. I knew it! Haha. Anything new happened lately? Not really. My life is pretty boring, to be honest. I just play video games in my free time. And work a lot of hours. And that's pretty much my life. That's pretty much all I do. Where are you?
more
Sora, you need to frame perfect this Atlantis level, this Atlantica level. Also, we contracted Yoko Taro to design this rhythm minigame. I mean, that's about the level of ridiculousness we would have to put up with to do like the Chocobo minigame and all the other dumb bullshit that you have to do in order to get those god-awful celestial weapons. Also that you can unlock the 9999 limiter, which is a requirement in order to survive a single attack from any of the Dark Aeons, because they all do 9999 damage every time they attack. So I am unfortunately just not willing to do it. I'm not willing to put up with it. Unfortunately. Kolme. I've only ever maxed out every celestial weapon once on the original PS2 game. That was when I was still in high school and had a lot more time to wait. Yeah, that's how me and my friend, when we were that age, when we were playing the game at that age, he got the celestial weapons and all the summons and stuff. But I was talking to him about it and he was like, yeah, fuck that noise. I wouldn't do that now. I only did that back then because I was a kid. I wouldn't bother doing that stuff now. Just play through the main story and people will hopefully be okay. Goal. It's over 9,000. What? 9,000? God, that scene is a fucking classic. God, remember memes back when they were memes? When the word meme had just come into existence?
ち
Remember when memes were able to exist for more than like a few hours before people stopped caring about them? Those were the days. Here I go showing my age again. Talking about old memes and how old I was when Final Fantasy X originally came out. There you are. Neat.
国
Chocobo racing was the most frustrating because the obstacles and time limit were BS. Yeah, if I had to do that, I would die. I would just straight up be dead. Especially if I never got my controller working in the first place. God, if I had to do that on a keyboard, I would probably injure myself in the process.
夏
Tama. How?
顔
Unironically, meme is actually a word in the dictionary. This is true, but there was a time on the internet where we did not yet call what we now call memes memes. There was a time where I don't even really think anyone called them anything. It was just like funny things, I guess.
Niku
もう
Stop. Why you guys gotta be such a dick? Sakana.
うお
Dodging lightning bolts was doable but required a lot of concentration. Also needed the optimal location and an armor piece with avoid encounters to make less insane. It's just all so painful. Getting the ultimate weapons in Final Fantasy X should not be as difficult as it is. It's not fun. It's just straight up, it isn't fun. Hey. Let's get this boy out of our party and replace him with this other boy. Yeah, sure, we'll heal you anyway. Supreme Life Ring. Okay. Is this new? Yes, this must be new. Solo or in?
円
Who the fuck is Ray? He joined our party at close to the end of the last Kanji combat stream. He is a very new addition to our party. he's okay. I haven't used him at all yet because he's already at level 40. So I'm working on leveling up the other characters first. And then I'll probably put him in my party because I do want to get his social link stuff done, and I'm assuming that's tied to what level.
Fuck.
Or not what level, but like how much you use them in battle. So
Mumi.
I do need to start using him in battle at some point, but I want to get everyone else leveled up to 40 first. And then we'll do that. Knee-high boots. I suppose, let me see. What kind of skills does Ray have? Oh. Okay, Hana. We don't need you in the party. We'll put Ray in. He's going to be our healer for a while, so that I can start getting his social links leveled up. Pretty much what requires using all the game mechanics from monster catching to equipment enhancement to Albed primer stuff, although you can cheat that. I will say it definitely makes you put the time in, but really you don't need any of it to beat the game at a decent level. Yeah, that's, to me, that's the problem, is that like you can beat the game so easily without any of that stuff that the only reason to do it is if you want to take on like the optional super bosses. And I just don't care about that at all. All I care about is beating the main story and maybe getting some of the additional content along the way if I think it's fun additional content. Like, to me, the summons are fun additional content. I would like to get them. But since I have this unnecessarily high roadblock in my way now, I'm just like, I guess we're not doing that.
Natsu.
Gon.
Social links, go! I'm thinking about getting tarot cards. I
Kome.
support you. I think tarot cards are pretty neat. I don't really like... I don't like really believe in fortune telling that much, but I think tarot cards are really cool, just like from a design standpoint. I think they're really neat. They look really cool. At least the game has a lot of late game content, unlike, I don't want to say this, but Genshin. I can understand that. I understand that for other people, late game content can like really enhance the experience. For me, it really depends. Like, some late game content appeals to me, and then others just, don't matter to me all that much. That's been my problem with like the more recent Pokemon games, is that they're pretty much exclusively focused on like the late game content, and the main story is like really short.
Yeah.
And there's not much exploration on the way to the end of the main story, and that disappoints me because to me, the main adventure story is the whole reason why I play those games. So, which is why I do want to at some point play what's it called? Legends Arceus. Because I've heard Legends Arceus is a lot better about that.
Back.
The only reason to do that post game is if you're a completionist slash masochist. There are people up ahead. How did they get in here? Is Masakuni there? Huh? Oh, it's her. That's the blonde girl that saved me in the city. Oh? Over there. Or over here. It's me. Do you remember me? Who are you? Really? You saved my life from Obake, remember? I don't recall. Seriously? Am I that forgettable? Let me take a closer look. Ah, yes, I do remember. You had an injured leg, and I told you to run away. Did you make it to safety? Well, I'm alive, right? But I never got a chance to thank you. So, thank you. I owe you my life. Your thanks is not necessary. I was only doing what needed to be done. I would have fought those monsters whether you were there or not. Ah. Looks like you have a fan, Claire. Don't be so cold toward him. Cold? Sorry, kid. Claire here isn't the most tactful person on the planet. It's okay. Excuse me, can I ask, what are you two doing in this place? Hey, can we ask you the same thing? Yes, of course. We've been investigating this place. These places that have appeared from the Obake world. Huh, the Obake world. What do you mean? Explain. Well, every now and then places like this temple appear that have been transported from the Obake world. Ever since Japan's own city and people were transferred to the Obake world, places like this have been popping up all over the land. You're kidding me. How do you know this? Let's just say a little birdie told us. Yeah, an evil birdie that deserves a good slapping. Shiro, are we to trust them? Not sure, though what they say does explain a lot. You don't have to trust us, but please, tell me why you're here. It's very dangerous. We can look after ourselves. We have something of a vendetta against the Obake. A vendetta, but do you know how to fight them? Yeah, of course. Wouldn't have got this far if we didn't. Okay, well at any rate, we should leave this place. We're all exhausted. Do you have somewhere to return to? Yes, we built our own town not far from here. Oh, so you're the ones who've been we've been traveling towards. Is that so? Yes, I spotted your settlement some time ago. If it is no trouble, we need a place to stay. I suppose it's okay. If you really can't defend yourselves, you'll be a welcome boost to our defenses. You got it. You won't be disappointed with us. Very well. We'll lead the way. I'm not a Pokemon expert here. Don't really know much except the first 150. This is before fairy types were a thing. Well, the first 150 were before steel and dark type even. The original 150 is definitely my it's where most of my knowledge lies, because I'm one of those people that was around for when the game first came out. But I've played the other ones too, and I've enjoyed them. I just wish that the newer ones still focused on their adventures as much as the older ones did. As you see, I didn't want to get censored there. Is 10-2 post game as BS as OGX? 10-2, it's hard to really define what counts as post game in 10-2. It's more like because in 10-2 everything is mission based, and if you do certain missions, then other missions, if you do certain missions before other missions, then those other missions will get locked out of being able to be done. And so, like, it's not as much post game. You have to try a lot harder to do the stuff as it becomes available. If you don't do it when it becomes available, then you miss out on it and you can't go back and do it later. And I'm also not going to try 100%ing 10-2, because the only thing that you really get for 100%ing it is that one cutscene where Titus comes back to life, and I don't even like that cutscene anyway, so I'm not going to bother doing it. But do you want to build a cafe? A cafe will let us purchase drinks that can restore our SP when we're adventuring. Sure. Cafe complete. Ten2's method of 100%ing and getting the true ending is the BS part. Yes, that is true. Also, in 10-2, you can technically get more than 100%. You can get like up to 120 some. The dojo will allow us to train and permanently increase our combat effectiveness. Yes! Then we can improve it. Can we improve the cafe as well? But the important thing to know about 10-2 is that you have finally completed upgrading the town. Congratulations on your amazing accomplishment. All of your friends have received a large boost to their affection. Neat. Okay. Isn't 10-2 the game where you can't skip dialogue because you can miss an ending? Yeah, if you skip any dialogue, it decreases your percentage. And if you skip any cutscenes, that also decreases your percentage. But the thing about 10-2 is that there is technically a way to get 100% on your first playthrough and get the true ending on your first playthrough, but it's really, 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 really difficult. And you're actually encouraged to not play the game that way. You're encouraged instead to play the game multiple times through and making different decisions every time you go through, because in total you can get up to like 120 some percent, and you only need that 100% to get the true ending. So what the game really wants you to do is play through the game multiple times, making different decisions each time, and then eventually you'll get 100% just naturally from having made different choices. And so you don't have to worry so much about actually doing every fucking possible thing that exists. The game doesn't really want you to think of it that way. But there is technically a way to do it in a single playthrough. It's just really, really hard, and you have to make very, very specific choices in a very specific order. And it's hard to do. So I've never personally done it before. And like I said, the only thing that you get for it is a cutscene where Titus comes back to life, and I don't like that. I think that the story is more poignant if Titus doesn't come back to life. So I don't care about getting 100% in that game. All I care about is hitting all of the important plot points and doing the parts that I find fun. I thought I was playing a video game, not watching a movie. Joke's on you, that's how story-based video games are. Okay. I think we're gonna call it for today. So So how this will probably go next week, I'm probably going to be doing things on the weekend. Like, it'll probably be a Friday, Saturday thing. Friday will probably be 10-2, Saturday will probably be this game. But that's not for certain yet. It will depend. I need to know what my work schedule is. So I'll keep you guys posted. Keep your eyes on Twitter. I'll have my schedule for next week up. And so just keep your eyes on Twitter. I'll see you guys later. Is there a Waka secret ending where we just stay at their hot guy summer camp? Damn, I wish. Plus he comes back to life only to die again. We can't get into the writings that happen after 10-2. It's too ridiculous. But that's a story for another day. Yes, that is very much a story for another day. We might talk about some of that stuff while we're actually playing 10-2. But I think we should save that for while we're playing 10-2. Until we finish 10, I think we should focus on 10. And then once we finish 10, we can start talking about all the ridiculous shit that comes after 10. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Keep your eyes on Twitter for my schedule for next week. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.